welcome back to my channel. Satish here from Dallas, Texas. I hope you're well. So today we'll be talking about how to write a promotional email about your products. Okay, so that's the whole entire goal. So at the end of this video, you should have enough confidence to write that promotional email. The goal is to get, high open rates and click-through rates as well. So open rate means that whenever you get an email, right, when you open it, that's called, that's an open rate, meaning depending on, let's say you sent it to 100 people and one person opens it, that's a 1% rate, okay, 1% open rate. Now click-through rate means that based on how many people opened the email, how many of them clicked on. So our goal in this entire video is to make sure you know how to write an amazing promotional email for your business, products, services, and get a high open and click-through rate. That's the whole point. Now, so we'll be learning about the type of copies, we'll learn about writing subject lines, the body, and we'll also learn about follow-up emails as well. Now, before I go ahead and preach you on email marketing, I feel like you deserve to know in the next 30 seconds, what did this guy know? What has this guy done? Why should you listen to this guy over here, right? So Satish here. So I've been doing email marketing for well over 8-9 years, and I've been selling products for way before that as well. So so I'm gonna go ahead and share my how many subscribers I have and all that stuff here for you. Open up right here. So this is my Inbox Sumo account, and here on this account I have about 600k subscribers. And on my Aweber, I have, this is an older screenshot, but at this point I have about 1.2 million subscribers as well. So altogether, I think I have almost close to 8 million emails in different businesses, different ventures, and I've been able to collect all of that on my own. Now, remember, I send out emails very, very often. A lot of marketers will tell you, hey, don't send out too many emails. Here, I'll tell you, send out lots of email, right? But you have to do it right. You have to do it right. So whenever you get an email, right, when you send an email out to somebody, that's a very personal moment. Think about it, right? So I might be opening up an email while I'm in bed, while I'm, in bathroom, taking a shit. So that's a personal moment. And when somebody gives you their email address, you got to treat it. You got to treat it, you got to respect it, you got to, come to their level and be personal with them. And you can do that if you learn how to write proper promotional email. Now, the biggest concern people have about writing promotional email is that, hey, it ends up on spam, right? It happens. That might be the reason you might be here. I'm going to show you how to write a promotional email so it doesn't end up on, spam or that promotional. So, how Gmail has that promotional tab on the top. I'm going to show it to you how you can get rid of it. So how you can, actually end up on inbox or updates, okay? We're going to learn all of that. So let's start by learning about the type of copies. So copies, whenever somebody says, what kind of copy is it? It means what kind of, copywriting it is. So as a copywriter, they like to use fancy words. So they say, what kind of copy are you using? Long copy, short copy. Like, what the hell? So long copy means a lengthy email. Short copy means it's a shorter email. Like how short? It's up to you. How long? It's up to you. So I've read emails where it's like written emails where it's like, a whole life story. That's a long email. It could be this long, this long. So it depends on what your preference is. But usually, I'm going to show you examples as well. But usually, a long copy has to deal with when you have to explain, take people to a journey. So hey, what's going on? I hope you're well. It's like having a conversation before you tell people to click that link. Now, short copy on the other hand, right? Short copy on the other hand is short to the point. Now, can you write a long and short copy for the same product? Yes, you can. So initially, when you're writing an email, right? So let's say you're writing an email about a product X, okay? Product X, nobody knows about it yet, okay? So the first email is gonna be lengthier. You're gonna talk about, hey, what's up, Bob? So I hope you're well. gotta make conversation. Have you ever had this problem? XYZ, blah, 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 blah. You go on and on and on. At the end, you talk about your product. That's longer copy. Now, when you send out a second email to Bob about the same product, you can't write a long email because Bob already knows what the product is. Now, this time, you can write a shorter email saying, hey, Bob, so you're gonna track all of this, but you're gonna say, hey, Bob, did you get a chance to take a look at our offer? Did you take a chance to take a look at the demo of blah, blah, blah? So first email is usually lengthier. Second email is shorter. Third email is even shorter. So last email to fourth email I sent for about a same product, it's usually, hey, did you get a chance to check it out? Get it right now before it goes out of, before we raise price. So that's all I write on my last email, because the idea is the longer email, you need to explain to people what it is. So you can go from long to short copy. Now, can you straight up write short copy all the time? Yeah, you can. And that's what I do, because short copies, they usually don't end up on spam. It's a fact, okay? It doesn't end up on spam. Number 2, if you do have access to .edu email, use it. So if you went to college, so I have .edu emails from my university, so I use that. So when I use it, I'm not actually sending out email through my university's email, right? I connect my .edu email to Aweber, SendGrid, whatever, right? So I'm using that. So if you use it, you get a better, it ends up on spam, on inbox as well. Now, what else can you do? At the bottom of the email, make sure to put in how people can unsubscribe. Make sure to put that in. The address really helps. So make sure to put an address. Let's take a look at an email really quickly, okay? So random email right here. So you just put an address just like this, okay? And a lot of email marketing companies, they will force you to add that for a reason. So you got that as well. And let me open up this. So like this, let me see if I can just see, it's on all these emails. So make sure to have those on as well. So that really helps as well. Try to avoid words, sexual words. So for example, at one point I wanted to write about orgasm, so I misspelled it. Instead of saying orgasm, I put orgasm or Z-A-S. Like I misspelled it knowingly. It's a bad spelling because I didn't want the systems to detect it as a sexual email. I wanted to have, because sometimes, you want to say, hey, it's a free product, but if you put free, they kind of sometimes might flag it. So write it, be creative about those things, okay? So we got that. So so far, you know what is a long copy and what is a short copy and where to use what. Now, I recommend short copies because they're easy to read, okay? Now, let's move on. So font type and size, okay? Please, guys, this is not a time to get creative with your fonts. Be simple. So here's my font. I use Calibri. I've been using Calibri for 8 years. I have not changed. Calibri this is Tahoma, T-H-O-M-A, I think. Let's see. Let me give you it's Tahoma. This is it. I love this font. I've been using it for past 7-8 years. And don't use these funny stuff like Georgia. Don't use it. There's other stuff, but don't use those crazy fonts, okay? Make sure it's simple. If you have to choose, Arial is fine, but I like Tahoma because it's like sharp, okay? It looks really good on mobile devices as well. So make sure of that. Font size, don't go overboard. Font size 12 to 13 is fine. Don't go overboard with like big emails. So whenever you write in big font, people think you're yelling at them. You don't want them to have that impression. But I do want you to bold things up. Let me see if I can find. I've written too many emails, so you can bold things up, underline things. I'm trying to find something where I can show you an example with bolding and underlining. But do go ahead and bold and underline things that might be special or helpful to customers. Make sure to do that as well. Now, subject line. So I am a genius. I don't want to say it myself, but I am. I know how to get people to open up my emails. So here's the secret. Okay, you gotta intrigue people. Like, you know, I hurt my eyes. So let me show it to you this. So I sent out an email recently, and the title was, I think, I hurt. Look right here. It says, I hurt my eyes. We're like, what happened? So what was this all about? It was a product about. Let me show it to you. It was a product on. It was a product about, you know, dimming your website so you can use it on dark mode. That was the whole point. It's loading very slow because I'm recording it. It's not actually slow. Make sure your websites do load fast. It's loading slow because of this recording, but there you go. So it was all about a WordPress plugin. I hurt my eyes, and with this email, I had almost 30-something% open rate. That's pretty good actually in the industry. You're never gonna get 100% open rate, and my click-through rates were almost close, like, you know, super high, because everybody who opened up the email, they clicked on it, right? So that's the whole idea. So it says, I hurt my eyes last night trying to watch some videos. People are like, is he watching porn? What is he watching? So see, you have to make it funny and become personal. So subject line. So make it short, make it intriguing, okay? Make it intriguing. So now it also depends on which email you're sending. If you're sending a last email for a product, you might be like, did you get the product? Now, first email is usually, so for example, is your website AMP ready? People are like, what is AMP ready? They want to open up your email, right? So make sure to ask a question. That always helps. So something question, something this, or like, I need your help. What time works for you? So I was selling this software that allows you to, you know, schedule meetings, right? So my subject line was, what time works for you? That was my subject line, and this was the product, right? So you see how you can get super creative, and this is where I bolded things and underlined things. You see it right here as well. Super good, right? So make sure you're doing that as well. Now next up, email body. Now email body, see, here's the thing. I've always had success with writing shorter emails because they convert better, because it's quick to read, and I do my converting on my landing page. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. So a lot of other marketers, what they do is they try to, sometimes it works, right? Sometimes it might be good to convert people on the email, and nothing wrong with that, right? But I'm a guy who wants to convert people on the landing page. So my goal when I send out an email, I have two goals, okay? Number one goal, subject line, I want to make sure people are opening up my emails. That's the big number one goal, okay? Number two goal is I want them to click that call to action link. So make sure to put in your call to action link in multiple places. So right here, this is a short email, so just once here. So let me find you short email. See, I told you I write so two call to action. So you have to give people so right here, two call to action. So make sure your call to action is at least twice on your email, okay? Make sure of that. Now, word of wise, you know, word of the, you know, a long time email marketer player. Okay, this sounds really like a bad advice, but I'm gonna tell you why. So a lot of you might be tracking your click-through rates. It's okay. Sometimes I don't track my click-through rates. Why? I mean, I do track it, you know, indirectly, but the reason I don't track it too often is because whenever a link is, you know, so let's say the link says nextwebinar.org, but the actual hyperlink is something else, like Aweber, blah blah, because they're tracking your click, right? So email, like Gmail and ISPs, when they look at that, they're like, oh, something is fishy. Why is it tracked? A normal email is not. They don't track, you know, I mean, some do, like, you know, there are plugins that do it, but normally a simple email that's being sent by a friend is not tracked, is it? It's not. So you want to, so I try to, here's how I do it. So what I do is, of course, I track my opens, right? Now, I don't track my open, you know, click-throughs all the time, but I can figure it out. What I can do is I can set up a pixel on my landing page, and I can know exactly what kind of traffic came from the email. So I know the open rates, I know the people who came to the landing page through an email, so I can figure out the percentage easily, right? So that's just an advice. You don't have to use that one. That's just me personally, since I've been doing it for a long time. So that's that. So, email body. Let's talk more about that. So try to write down, write emails. So hey, always use people's first name if you have their names, right? Next up, just talk about, hey Bob, does your website have this? Are you having this problem with your, with the blah blah blah? Hey, find this out. Show people bullet points, right? So bullet points really help as well. So I put domain expired. That was my subject line. Like, people are domain expired, they open it, right? Then if you own a domain name and you'll have an org. See, this is the one I put orgasm as org. I misspelled it by knowingly, right? So I did that and I put an email. Now, one of the things I also do while writing the body of the email is write a PS, postscripts. Now the reason I do PS at the end is because now it's in our head, we read the PS no matter what. So make sure to put PS, hey, don't forget blah blah blah. Don't forget to use the coupon. Don't forget to do this. Something specific, something important. PS, this offer will run out next, in 24 hours. Put something in terms of that on there as well. So you like that as well. Now, follow-up emails. This is where I was talking about, where you can start out with a longer email, but as you go through sending multiple emails about the same product, the email will get shorter. Okay, so that was, I hope you learned something. I hope you learned, of course, this is not a copywriting video. That's going to be a different video, but I wanted you to know that, hey, anybody can write a simple promotional email. Okay, and some tips and tricks. Don't create those fancy, with colors, pictures. Don't do that, guys. It ruins it. It's gonna end up on promotional. It's gonna end up on spam. Write a simple, clear email. Okay, simple, clear email. Write it in simple word possible, and write it in a very, very personal way. Okay, use names. Be simple and things like that, and it's always gonna work out on your favor. So I hope today you learned how to write and craft a promotional email. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to comment below and tell me, is there anything that I can help you with? Did you get confused with anything? Tell me something, and I'll go ahead and respond back ASAP. Thank you so much. Make sure to like if you love this video, or dislike if you don't like it. But I want you to tell me what you didn't like on the comment as well. Make sure to subscribe to this channel because it really helps me, and also share this video if it really helped you out and you want other friends to find out, hey, I saw this content on Satish's YouTube channel. It really helps me and I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.